right. Well, welcome to the July 9th meeting of the Human Resources and Compensation Committee. Let's begin by verifying that the meeting has been properly posted.
Yes, it has.
Thank you. This would be a time for opportunity for public comment. I don't know if anyone sent this evening. All right. Then our first action item would be the approval of the minutes from the July 11th meeting. I'm sorry, June 11th. Are there any comments or questions on those minutes? Looking for a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second. Second by Mr. Harlan. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. Passes 5-0. Let's then move on to the approval of resignations and requirements for this evening. Did we have any questions or comments on? Seeing none, is there for a motion to approve resignations and retirements?
Motion to approve resignation and retirements.
Second. Second by Mr. Waugh. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Passes 5-0. Okay, we did not have any leaves of absence or modifications. So then the next action would be the approval of new contracts and contract modifications. Any questions or comments from the committee on that? Okay, seeing none, I look for a motion to approve new contracts and contract modifications. Thank you, Mr. Harlan. Second by Mr. Harlan. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Passes 5-0. Okay, then we are on to the approval of the resolution of teacher base wage increases.
Teacher stuff is on that insurance.
Thank you.
So this is actually a costly. We followed the guidance that the board had provided, and it calls out for an effective rate on the salary scale of 1.95% as part of the base wage. And then let's talk about supplemental conversation here. And then we are asking for permission to maintain step and lane movement and the salary schedule market adjustment as well, pertaining to our minimum base pay for brand new teachers. All in all, with that combined, we combine the 1.95% that goes on the salary scale, and then the two parts of the supplemental being step advancement lanes and the market adjustment. The average increase per teaching staff member is 3.39%, but we need two motions, one on base wage and then one on the supplemental wages. Finalize this.
I would move to adopt the base wage.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mrs. Grant. Any other questions or comments? Right. All those in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Passes 5-0. And then we will be looking for another motion on the supplemental and express. Any other comments or questions on that?
A motion to approve the supplemental wages as presented.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Second by Mrs. Grant. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Passes 5-0. All right. That would put us then on the final, which would be a discussion of possible action on the compensation for our middle management employees.
And then attached with the costing, summary of the costing is I call it the base year, being last year. And then what the new scale would look like for all of our mid-management employees. The average increase when you factor the steps and lanes for this group is 3%, and the administration's recommended approval this adjustment.
Okay, I think we had this on there as a discussion just to get everybody familiar with this, maybe saying it the first time. So if there's any questions or comments on this point or?
I'll just comment that middle management moves differently. They are in a row and they stay in that row, and that's it. So they're assigned to a row.
Teachers
So it's
move up
very-
and down.
It's very different than the teacher scale, just.
Yeah.
So just for clarification, it goes across from middle management 1, 2, 3.
And then once they're in 5, that they stay in 5.
Okay.
And they have the usual, increment cost of living at the top as the teachers.
Similar as the
Similar
teachers.
to them,
You
exactly.
have the same issue at the top, right?
Yes.
Oh, right, okay.
Is there a bell curve distribution, or is there one area that's heavier with the number of employees in one of the rows?
Yes, because we have 3 high school principals, for example, so they would be on a row, so they would be there. Our directors are all on a row. So yeah, it kind of depends on your role and then the size of your school.
So would it be possible to give me an example of what role we would find position 1s in as opposed to say position 10s or position 9s?
Yes, we don't use a lot of this scale, so we don't use 1 through 5. I'll give step 15 as an example for directors.
Where would principal fall?
Elementary depends on their school size.
Okay,
So step 13 through 16.
that's elementary.
Correct.
And middle school?
Middle school principal would be 16,
And then high school?
20.
Okay. So who would we find in, say, a 6 or a 7?
A 6 would be middle school assistant principal.
Okay. Right, that's really, I don't need to know everyone, I just kind of want to get a.
Any other questions or comments? Is, could potentially be an action item for this evening, if everyone's comfortable with what we're at on it, any other comments or questions?
So how did we arrive at the schedule increase, or was that just what was budgeted for this year? Is there some sort of,
Yeah, 3% was kind of our target budget or assumption. And then what we do is we look at the other groups, like the package you just approved. We normally have the mid-management average percentage increase be less than the teachers. The teachers came in at 3.39%. Then we honed in at a 3% adjustment for the administrative staff to thought that was a fitting adjustment. Then I believe in the Friday update, there was some background information as well as previous adjustments.
right?
We kind of shadow but fall behind the teachers generally for this group.
And have we done a look at where we stack up market wise, either in our county and schools on their size?
Not in the past 2 years, I haven't done market analysis on administrators, which I can again. When I did, we still have year round even for our assistant principals, so we were very competitive.
Okay. Again, we can look at this, so we can motion it forward for this evening. Anybody would like to have a motion?
I'll motion to approve the compensation for the management employees as presented.
Mrs. Kevin, is there a second?
I will second.
And Mrs. Grant? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Passes 5-0. That would bring us to the end of our discussion in action items. Would there be any topics to bring forward with business recommendations?
There was an idea brought to my attention. I think it's something that I could probably share with you for a future meeting, possible
Okay,
discussion. I don't really discuss it tonight, but or I think I'll just go and share the information.
okay, yeah, just send me an email, we'll put it appropriately on the agenda. That concludes our meeting for this evening. Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you.